And now for your TNA Impact Wrestling review presented to you by Karma, your TNA guy.
Alright, is this thing on? Is it on? Is it on? Alright, welcome back to your TNA review. A lot of treating and deleting segments from the Hardys on tonight's show, huh? A lot of time filler as well, because there literally were only like 4 matches on tonight's show, but it is okay because it was an entertaining show. And that's what we're all in for, entertainment or pure wrestling. The show opens up with us seeing the Hardys at the Hardy compound with Rebecca, King Maxwell, Senior Benjamin, and Brother Nero. Basically, they're in the cornfield. They're gonna be preparing the whole Halloween thing they're going to have. We see this cornfield that they have. How much did these guys fucking pay? That's like a really big piece of ground to have. Probably cost you a lot of fucking dollars, man, because that's a really big piece. Imagine how many houses can be built on that piece alone. These guys really spend the money well when they were probably in the WWE, because that's obviously where they made the most money and bought this piece of land, because it's a really big piece. But yeah, so at this cornfield, I love how the cornfield had a maze. You know, that was awesome. That was really awesome. But they're basically, and then Matt Hardy had a premonition saying that someone is an outsider is going to come and send in a message, which we will see later on the show. And then the show starts with a tag team match, EC3 teaming up with Jesse Goddard against Eli Drake and Aaron Rex, because if you remember last week, these 4 had a confrontation and things went out of hand and they started fighting, which led to this tag team match. It was an okay match. Yeah, I don't know what Aaron Rex, I don't know, man. He has been really, ever since he came in, he has been really a bit dull. You know, hasn't really showed all that much. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the deal is. But obviously EC3 and Jesse Goddard did a lot more. They had the upper hand at the beginning as well. But Eli Drake and Aaron Rex ultimately end up winning due to Aaron Rex knocking out Jesse Goddard, and the commentators kind of brought it up that maybe Aaron Rex had rings hiding beneath those tapes, because he had 2 fingers taped, and maybe there are rings in there, which kind of led to him knocking out Jesse Goddard, because it was kind of fishy and kind of obvious that there was something there, because the camera kind of showed on it that he was kind of holding something. It looked like he was holding something, but he was actually like holding the tape, setting up the tape, because, you know, maybe there really are rings there, and if you knock someone with the ring, then yeah, you can get knocked out. So that's basically how they won. After that, we had a little segment in the makeup room where Maria is basically talking trash, throwing shade at Brandy, and then Brandy walks in telling her, what did you say, and Maria runs off. After that, we had an interview with Grado and JB. Grado basically telling JB that it's Halloween and that he's going to be someone for this Halloween, that someone that motivates him, inspirates him, and this and that, which we will see later. And then we had another Hardy segment, a treat or delete segment, so to speak, where children basically come in knocking the door asking for trick-or-treating, but instead of candy, Matt Hardy gives them green beans. Like, what the fuck is up with that? You know, I like how TNA now evolves children and fans and all that, and I'm pretty sure the kids are probably kids that are from people that work in TNA, but it's all good. This is all good. I love this involvement. But it was funny. All these segments with the Hardys from tonight's show were fucking hilarious and really fun to watch. After that, we had Grado coming out. Grado talks about bringing out someone who's a legend and an inspiration to him, and then it appears to be Robbie E. And then he tells Robbie that for this Halloween he wants to be a bromance. And then Grado goes in the back and then comes out with a bromance trunks or attire, whatever you want to call it, with oil or spray tan on his face or whatever the fuck, looking all sleazy and shit. And then he started dancing, acting all goofy, you know how Grado is. And then Robbie E finally starts to dance as well, and they dance around in the ring, acting all goofy, do the whole boom thing. And then we get an interference by DCC. And of course DCC starts to attack them. One of the members even pile drove Grado, and that's how that segment ended. But it was really funny to see. But DCC once again sending a message, or in this case a statement. DCC, these are TNA Mafia, his guys. After that we had another segment with Ali, Billy, and Aiden O'Shea. I like how Aiden O'Shea calls the girls Toots. And I also love that he has this whole gangster character, which suits him very well, and it works, which makes me want to see him and Tyrus feud, because Tyrus is a gangster as well. I think it will be a really great storyline or feud if Tyrus and Aiden O'Shea were to feud. So they definitely should make it happen. But Billy basically giving Ali her match with Lauren Finesse, and yeah, that was it. So after that we had another match, or second match of the night, Team X Gold, where a new referee made his first debut, and I thought the referee did alright, you know what I mean. You always gotta give them credit, always gotta make these guys feel special in a way. But there was a team of DJ C. Mandrews and Braxton Sutter against Rockstar Spot, with his partners being Crazy Steve and Abyss. And I think I brought this up once where I said that this whole Team X Gold thing is going to lead to them throwing people in there that aren't even X Division material. And here we have Abyss in one, and Abyss was former X Division champion. I don't know how the fuck. I don't know how I missed that, because I never knew that, to be honest. So I really don't know how I missed that, but it appears he was, which is fucking crazy. But alright. So yeah, not a lot happened in this match, you know. Obviously the X Division guys did a lot more. You had Mandrews that did the most, was amazing athlete. DJC as well, Sutter, Abyss, yeah, the usual. Crazy Steve, also the usual. Rockstar Spot was barely in the ring, you know. And they need to give him another theme song though, because I don't like the entrance he has. They need to give him a more badass team, you know what I mean, since he's a heel now, and he's good at it as well. You know, he's not just a good talker on the microphone, but he does the roles with each character he gets given to him really well. So, but the team of DJC, Mandrews, and Sutter won, just like how they won the first time. So yeah, I don't know. This whole Team X Gold thing is still confusing to me. I don't know why. You know, they could have at least brought in 2 new guys, at least just for that night. You know what I mean? Because this is just what I've been saying. They're going to throw in guys that are X Division material, or they're going to throw in the same guys. I don't get it. But anyways, after that we had a contract signing for Lashley and Eddie Edwards. Lashley, of course, was a lot more aggressive on the microphone. Eddie Edwards tries to be, I don't know what it is, that just doesn't make this guy come over more aggressive or more badass. I don't know if it's his voice, because sometimes that can be the case. Yeah, I don't know, it's just when he talks, it's like, okay, you know, he tries, but it just doesn't come over to some of us as him being a badass. It just, he doesn't sell us with that. You know what I mean? It isn't enough, it just doesn't do it for us. But the two barely almost got into a fight, which JB made clear that they shouldn't, and that they should wait for next week. But both men signed the contract, so that's how segment ended. So next week, right? Yeah, next week we'll see the match. After that, we had another Hardy segment where someone knocks on the door. When they open the door, Hurricane was in his full fucking costume. Like, what the hell? That was fucking hilarious. Where kinda Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy were kind of joking around with him if he isn't too old to be wearing a costume and this and that. Was just freaking hilarious. But then after that, Matt Hardy asks Jeff Hardy where his costume is, so Jeff Hardy tells him, okay, I'll be right back. And then later on, he comes out with this character that we have seen before, which made his first appearance in the Great War, this Itch Weed character. Entirely new alter ego from Jeff Hardy. Crazy guy, talks like a hippie or a rapper, one of those, street rappers, those wannabe gangster or gangster guys, but it's fucking hilarious. And then this guy takes a mower and he kind of like is outside on the yard and mows the grass in these crop circles or these symbols, or which had a form. He mowed it in a form that said Happy Halloween with the pumpkin. So that was really awesome. If Senior Benjamin was the one that really did that, and this guy is fucking good. He is really fucking good. He's a good gardener. If Senior Benjamin was the one that cut the grass like that, But great segment. After that, we had the knockouts match. Ali against Lauren Finesse. So the fucking hot, sexy Lauren Finesse. Both are hot, but I would still choose Ali though, because she's so fucking cute, and yeah, she seems like more of a freak than Lauren, if you ask me, from what I've heard. But yeah, solid match. Nothing also too great. Lauren Finesse had the upper hand most of the times. Ali almost got the pin, but Laura still got the upper hand and had the 3 count. So that was that segment. I felt like some of the matches, especially, I don't know, all the matches were solid though. Well, I will get to the main event soon. I almost fell asleep during the show because I was so tired. I still am, as you can see on my face. Sometimes I'm gonna have these days where I'm just really fucking tired and bum out, where I'm gonna seem, where my reviews are gonna seem sloppy and boring, so. But yeah, I guess it was an okay match. Us wanting Ali to be more serious, because we know she can wrestle, right? But for her to get serious, for TNA to go with that angle, is gonna take a while, because it seemed like they're going to go with the angle where Ali or where Braxton Sutter is gonna have a thing with Ali and probably going to be with her story-wise, because we know those two are together in real life. But if they're going to go with that angle, then I'm guessing probably where Braxton Sutter is going to motivate her and tell her to be more serious, and I'm guessing that's where she will be the cherry bomb that she is, that we know. So it's going to take some time. That's why it's a build-up. We had another Hardy segment where 2 guys or 2 people or 2 persons, one with a Trump mask and the other with a Hillary mask, were in front of the door. And then Senior Benjamin says that he will build a wall and bury them beneath it. And then he has this taser, and then he tased the guy, the one that was wearing the Trump costume, the Trump mask. So fucking hilarious. And then Jeff Hardy came out telling Hillary, where did all the emails go? And then you had Matt Hardy, delete. And Jeff Hardy was like, yeah, that's what happened too. And then Vanguard 1 was flying around with a ghost costume, which is so fucking awesome. Chasing Hillary off. So this segment was the best one yet, with the Hillary and the Trump one. It's so fucking good. All great ideas. After that, we had a little confrontation backstage between Jesse Goddard and Aaron Rex, where Jesse Goddard wants a rematch, and then of course Aaron Rex gives it to him. Then we had another segment, which was the last one, from the Hardys, where a little girl came to the door giving Matt Hardy the message. So she was the one that brought the message, where this message was about DCC telling the Hardys that the first message was a warning, the second was a statement, and that this time they are going to challenge them, which will happen next week. I think next week, right? So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I don't know when the reveal, which show is going to be the one where they reveal themselves, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this whole faction, or this whole this group, since I already know who the guys are, thanks to TNA Mafia for telling me, since I asked for people to tell me. So then we had the main event. Mike Bennett teaming up with Maria against Cody and Brandy Rose, the oh so hot, beautiful Brandy Rose, the clean chocolate Brandy Rose, not the dirty one. I guess it was okay. I actually wanted to see more of Brandy though, because she was outside a lot more than she was in the ring. She did a little whole thing, you know. She did a what, I don't know what you call it. I think it's a flatliner, but the commentators were calling it something else. That's basically how she got the 3 count on Maria. But yeah, it was an okay match. All the matches were okay. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a lot more of Brandy, since Brandy is gonna stay. Yeah, I think Brandy is the one that's going to stay, and Cody's then gonna go to Ring of Honor for a while, which I don't know how long, but I hope after Ring of Honor he does come back, because yeah, there are still feuds and still build-ups, because they have teased a little bit more. So I don't know if they plan on doing all those tapings where Cody is involved in, or if there's gonna be more, because I think he starts with Ring of Honor, I think next year, I don't know when, but either way I'm still going to see him, because I watch Ring of Honor as well. But after the match, they went backstage and then Lashley attacked Cody Rhodes, with Lashley telling Cody that no one comes into his house uninvited, and that's how the show ended. Overall, the matches were okay, but I think what made this show a better show were definitely the Hardy segments, the treat or delete segments. All of them were good, all of them were hilarious, so next week is definitely going to be a better show. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you like the review. Subscribe if you feel like it. I really would appreciate it if you did. Share if you feel like it, and I will see you next week. And if you want to collaborate, just hit me up, okay, on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Then we'll talk about it. We'll set something up. Alright, so because I am open for collaborations and you name it, whatever the fuck you want to do. Okay, so let me know, and let me know in the comment section what you thought about the show, or how you think things should have been done, and this and that. But see you guys next week.